Hey, Maureen, let's talk about stigma around autism. And this is something huge, especially in Africa.
Yep.
And there's one thing that I like. I live in Dubai, and there they don't use the terms people with special needs. They say people of determination. And personally, I think it's beautiful because they are determined. When I look at my son, all the work he is doing and the progress he has been done, he is determined, to be able to navigate through this world.
Yeah.
And but there are so many things I've heard personally, and also while doing Yone. For example, as a Christian, maybe you have a child with special needs because you haven't prayed enough, because you have sinned.
Yeah.
And I am not saying that there's no consequences to sin or to our action, but come on.
Yes.
You're talking to somebody who's already down, who's going through a lot.
Yeah.
So that's not the kind of things that a person wants to hear at first. Or, I've also heard here in Kenya, one lady was telling me that her husband just abandoned her because he said, I didn't sign up for this.
Oh my goodness.
Meaning I didn't sign up to have a child on the spectrum.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
What about you? I'm pretty sure you have heard so many things.
My goodness. This is the reason why when I came across Neon, I was like, no, let me plug myself in and bring in as many people as possible. So first of all, people don't even understand what maybe autism is in terms of the information we already have. I don't think we have good data from the government. So that what you've just spoken about is so common, where you'll get this child and then once you recognize that they're different. And that's the thing. Let me just say, kids on the spectrum are just very special. They navigate in a different way. Autistic children are so amazing. As long as you can fine tune them, they'll succeed for sure. They just navigate differently. But now what I've seen is abandonment, people locking up their kids like animals, in a shed, people sending them into a school where they can stay, away from caregiving. And I can imagine for sure caregiving children on the spectrum, especially the larger numbers of the spectrum, it's not easy. In fact, there's a girl I saw really talking about how she's struggling with her brother, who is now very huge, and strong. And I could see the despair in her eyes. And I'm thinking, wow, look, people tend to walk away. If you need something extra in terms of care, people tend to walk away. Then the other thing is schools. Schools they have too few, the ones who have recognized and actually made it special for children on the spectrum, because they tend to also have some genius things. You can find the most amazing artist. You remember there's a picture that was going around of this man who's on the spectrum who flew over New York. And he came and replicated from his imagination the exact, and he flew just once. It wasn't like years of flying, just once.